scamming. Tell them show where you at. You owe them people over in Dubai that money. Tell them get on live right now. And he owe people in Saudi Arabia money too.
I already signed. My first contract is signed for immediate rematch in the case of a draw or if I win. So I'm already contractually signed to a rematch. It's on him. I hope we can get it done because I want to show the world again that that wasn't a fluke.
The boxing world is buzzing again. There was a rematch clause in the contract that guaranteed another fight between Gervonta, Tank Davis and Lamont Roach. But now, things are getting messy. Tank went on social media saying the contract is fake. For weeks, he ignored talk about a rematch and even hinted at retiring. But now, he's openly accusing Lamont Roach of tricking him.
Well, Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. How the say Terrence Crawford should fight? Finna be there. That don't make no fucking sense. You don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you. You don't never.
Just so you next in line.
Last question, guys. Got to wrap up.
Yeah, I love the fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest. But he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad. And
you're good, man.
And he, cause I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like. He's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this.
Yeah, you heard that right. Tank is now saying there was never a real rematch clause in their fight contract. But here's the catch: the official paperwork says otherwise.
Suck my honestly. That's it. I come here to do what I gotta do, man. I really have self-motivation, and on top of that, I have real people who really genuinely support me, who really care, who really want to see me win, who are really behind me. So, you know what I'm saying? All the negativity really don't get to me. Like, I don't care. Like, I can have a handful of words for them. For real, that's it.
Is there anything you want to say to those haters who, continually say you're too small, too weak, this and that?
You need a censor for what I need to say to them.
We'll put it in the door.
Yeah, suck my honestly. That's it. Especially the ones who don't know about boxing. It's okay. Like, other than that, yeah.
The fight world is turning up the heat on Tank. Big names like Stephen A. Smith and Joe Rogan are analyzing the contract, and now Lamont Roach's lawyers may have discovered a major loophole. Tank seems backed into a corner, but instead of admitting it, he's making things worse by calling the rematch clause fake. So what's really happening here? Is Gervonta Davis trying to avoid a fight that might expose his weaknesses, or is this rematch clause situation more complicated than it seems? Let's break it all down.
No damn well that will happen. I told him to bring a pillow.
Now, tomorrow, fans are going to be tuning in to watch this fight between you and Tank. What are fight fans going to learn tomorrow night about Lamont Roach?
I'm one of the best fighters in the world. Can't wait for y'all to see it. That's all I got to say.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for the Reaper, Lamont Roach.
Before the big fight between Lamont Roach and Gervonta Davis, Lamont revealed something important. There was a locked-in rematch clause in the contract. The twist? The clause guaranteed an immediate rematch if the fight ended in a draw or if Roach won.
I feel like you got a certain confidence about this fight that I've interviewed a few different Tank opponents. Everybody gonna say like, yeah, everybody say this and that's what you're supposed to say, right? Like, I'm going into a fight. I don't think people thinking they're gonna lose. But it just feels like you have a different confidence than most other people. Where do you feel like that comes from?
That's just how I'm wired, bro. I ain't never backed down from nothing. I damn sure ain't never wanted to come second to anything. So, why would it?
Lamont made it clear that the rematch clause wasn't unusual at all. Most champions include one, especially when the stakes are high. It's a smart move, a way to protect their titles and get a second chance if things don't go their way. And for someone like Gervonta, who's been at the top of the sport, it made total sense for him to ask for it.
I want to prove myself that I'm the best.
Is that a rematch clause if you beat him?
Yes,
or if he beats you, there's
every
nothing.
Every champion should have a rematch clause. We're fighting for his belt, so I'm pretty sure I would throw a rematch clause in there too.
If you beat Tank, who do you like to fight next?
Tank.
But here's where things get messy. The rematch clause wasn't just for Lamont. It turns out Tank is also bound by it. And that changes everything. Gervonta can't just walk away from a rematch or keep avoiding questions about a second fight. The contract isn't one-sided. It requires both fighters to step back into the ring under the same terms.
I happen to be a boxing fan, that the fact that I do watch him fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really like boxing.
Are you open to immediate rematch?
In my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight.
Right.
Just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long will it take?
It's up to the A side and when they want to fight. So I'm thinking it's going to be soon. I'm hoping it's going to be soon. Let's say that.
What is soon to you? When you say soon to me, I'm thinking a month.
I'm thinking July.
I'm thinking July.
So now that Tank barely escaped with a draw, he doesn't get to choose his next move. The rematch clause has him locked in, and there's no way around it. No amount of Twitter rants or talk about retirement is going to get him out of this one.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight.
You're out of it?
Yeah,
Care to elaborate on that?
out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
At the post-fight press conference, Gervonta kept it real. He made it clear he wasn't planning to jump straight into an immediate rematch with Lamont Roach.
That rematch next, and if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year?
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we could get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
What is?
You might see it in a minute. Definitely might see it in a minute.
Tank made it clear he had other fighters on his radar before even thinking about a rematch with Lamont Roach. Maybe later in the year, maybe after a couple more fights, but definitely not right now. He spoke like he was calling the shots, like he had the freedom to take his time and deal with Roach when he felt ready. But then things took a wild turn. Lamont's lawyers weren't buying it. Once they started digging through the fine print of the contract, they found something that changed everything. Gervonta wasn't just expected to fight Lamont again, he was legally required to. But to step back into the ring for a second fight. No tune-ups, no sidesteps, no picking and choosing his next opponent. The rematch clause isn't optional, it's legally binding, and Gervonta is officially locked in. And just like clockwork, Tank is doing what he does best, blowing up on social media. Instead of accepting the rematch like a true athlete, he's throwing a full-blown tantrum online, accusing Lamont Roach of tricking him with the rematch clause. He's acting like he got set up, saying he didn't fully understand the terms and that Lamont's team pulled a fast one on him. But let's be real, Tank signed that contract. He knew exactly what he was agreeing to. This isn't some random street fight, it's big-time boxing, where every contract is airtight. The only problem? Gervonta never expected to end up on the losing side of it.
You bring your mother?
She right there. You ain't hear it?
Why you bring her?
She love to see me whoop ass.
I told him leave his mom's and, the people home, and he still brought them. You better leave them home. On my money.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. It's gonna get bad. It's gonna get bad, man.
Yeah, you ain't too shy saying what you gonna do, right?
I am now.
You are now?
Yeah.
Going Saturday.
Yeah.
Tank can say whatever he wants, but the truth is, he can't escape this rematch anymore. The contract doesn't lie, and neither do the fight rules. If there's a rematch clause, it has to happen, unless Lamont Roach decides to step aside, which, let's be honest, he's definitely not going to do.
After I win, I can defend both. I want to unify, or, if we do a rematch, then...
And why would he? Lamont knows he should have walked out of that fight with a win. The fans know it, the analysts know it, and even the New York State Athletic Commission admitted that things went wrong in that fight. So why would Lamont give up the chance to set the record straight?
I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate True Boxing Media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won, and I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to dance.
The reality is, Tank is cornered. If he refuses this rematch, he's going to look like the biggest fraud in boxing. He's already been dodging fights with Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, and now he's trying to avoid the one guy who's already given him trouble. It's definitely not a good look.
I'm better than him at hit and don't be hit, and he can't beat me. Once again, Tank's style, he's a power puncher. He's a guy that's trying to knock you out. I'm a guy that's trying to break you down, pick you apart, win. If the knockout comes, it comes. So two different styles, but I'm better than him at the art of boxing.
And obviously, you and Tank have your disses here and there, but you kind of alluded to it a couple of seconds ago. Is there deep down respect for each other?
I got respect for his game. I don't got respect for the person. I think he's a...
Meanwhile, Lamont Roach is already locked in and ready for the rematch, fully prepared to prove himself in the ring once again. This rematch clause means the fight has to happen soon, usually within a month or two, so we won't have to wait long for the showdown. And Lamont? He's more than ready. And Lamont just made it clear, Steve Willis won't be the referee this time around.
Obviously the part with the grease in the eye, that took on a life of its own, what I'm saying? That was a headline in the fight. One is, what did you think when he said that initially, just like the grease in the eye? But two is like, when you was in the fight, was there any point that you saw that? Like, did you see like him kind of messing with his eye, or did you have any indication that that was something that was bothering him?
No, see, and that's the thing. If you look at the whole fight, he was never bothering his eyes before
you jabbed him.
Before I jabbed him. Even that right hand that, like, that kind of landed, he kind of rolled with it. But after that, you could see him wipe his eye. And then, right after I hit him with the jab, you could see him wipe his other eye. So it's like, it was corresponding to which hand that I punched him with and exactly which eye. So it's like crazy for him to say, it's grease in my eye. And I think even when he say that, you could see me, because I'm right beside him, you could see me like, nigga, what you talking about? So
right, but you say you don't think he willing though.
Yeah, whatever. See, but who cares? Like, sweat gonna get in your eye, blood gonna get in your eye, spit fucking around and get in your eye. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like you can be like, all right, time out, ref. Hold on, ref.
Time out.
You can't do that.
Right. Would you be cool with Steve Willis doing the next fight?
Hell no.
He can't do the next fight.
No, he can't do the next fight.
Right.
No.
Pops is a no?
Hell no.
Fuck that nigga.
Yeah. You know how many Coach Ben on him, man. He lucky he ain't running Coach Ben after that fight.
But look how many times he fucked the fight up though. The knee, him going to the corner to get assistance, like who knows? Not saying that they did any cheating shit or nothing like that. But like he wiped his face with a towel. You can't do that.
Right.
You can't do none of that.
Right.
It's a disqualification. You turned your back on the ref after you took a knee. Usually the ref gonna be like, all right, he don't want to fight no more.
If you watch the first fight, you know why this is a big deal. Steve Willis made some of the most questionable calls we've ever seen. But the biggest moment was in the 9th round. That's when the fight world knew something shady was going on. Gervonta took a knee to recover, but Steve Willis just ignored it, acting like it never happened.
I haven't watched the fight. We had a show that night. I haven't watched the full fight. One thing that's kind of baffling is that it wasn't a knockdown. I mean, look, he wasn't hurt. There's no doubt about that. But if you take a knee in the fight and you touch down, whilst punches are being thrown, it has to be a knockdown. I've heard some people saying, oh, that he should be disqualified. He went back to the corner. I don't buy that, to be honest with you. I mean, I think that's a warning. But it's a bit of a bizarre situation. For me, like, there was a lot of people in boxing that were saying that this is a really tough fight. Like, Lamont Roach is a serious fighter. I said it might not be the biggest profile fight, but it's actually quite a tough fight. And Shakur said to me, like, even the day before, I'm telling you, he's going to have big trouble tomorrow night. And I just feel like hopefully this could be the little something that gives Gervonta a little wake-up call to take him back to the mindset.
In any other fight, that would have been an automatic knockdown. No debate, no second guessing. But with Tank, Willis acted like he didn't see a thing. He clearly favored Gervonta, giving him every chance to recover when he should have been counting him out.
It was a great fight. It was a close fight. Depending on what they do with that decision of taking the knee, depending if the commission reverses the decision, or I think a draw was meant to be. So I like the draw. No, if you take a knee, man, if you take a knee in the 90s or in 2000, you're taking a point off. That's the bottom line. You're taking a point off. I don't know what happened with the referee. Maybe he was a little starstruck. Maybe he was a little, because he loves Tank. He loves New York. He loves the big lights. The referee with the eyes, he's like, a point should be deducted if you take a knee. It's a fact. It's in the rule book, right? The fact that they didn't take it away, then that's where the controversy is, right? It's not, look, did Gervonta get hit? Was he dazed? Who knows? Only he knows. But what I saw, when you take a knee, that's an automatic point. That's just the rule. This is not basketball. This is not, this is not basketball where, wait, hold on, my ankle hurts. Hold on, let me take a timeout. You don't take timeouts in boxing. It just doesn't happen. Whether he had something in his eye or not, you have to fight. There's 3 minutes to fight. So if you take a knee, if you go to your corner, I mean, the rules are the rules. And I don't know what New York is gonna settle on, but the rules are the rules.
That moment alone could have changed the entire outcome of the fight, and ever since, boxing fans have been shouting rigged nonstop.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than But I didn't really know that you can get disqualified for all that, or when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Now that Willis is out of the picture, Lamont is making sure there's no controversy or favoritism, just a fair fight. Let's be honest, everyone thought Lamont had the clear win. From the moment the final bell rang, boxing fans, analysts, and even some of Tank's biggest supporters agreed Roach had done enough to take the victory.
Think it was a draw? No. I think Lamont won. Who you thought won? Lamont. You thought Lamont won? By how many rounds? I don't know. You still want the Tank Davis fight? You said what? You still want the Tank Davis fight? What went wrong? What went wrong? Take out a little steam or fire out of me, or is it still the same?
I mean, we're gonna see. I'm the best fighter in boxing. I've been saying this, so
Shakur, what went wrong for Gervonta in this fight? Just because, could we say maybe because Lamont didn't come in, they really...
I think he got overconfident. I think he was thinking Lamont wasn't that good. I told everybody how the fight was going to go. The fight went exactly how I said. Exactly.
After seeing this performance from Gervonta, do you believe your confidence has gone a little bit more up?
My confidence been up. I've been knew I was the best.
Keyshawn, what's your worst? Shakur, what's your worst for Keyshawn? He just won his first title. Good.
Thank you.
It was a close fight.
Am I surprised the way Lamont fought? I knew Lamont was going to come to fight. It was the opportunity of a lifetime. He did a good job. He fought a great fight.
What went wrong with Tank Davis? I mean, I was
what was wrong with him? Every night in boxing is not your best, you feel me? But at least you got the draw.
Would you like to see a rematch of this or jump into a fight with Shakur Stevenson?
Whatever they want to do.
Did you think it was a draw?
I don't know. It was a good fight.
Appreciate it, Danny.
And that's exactly why Tank is going to such lengths to avoid the rematch, because deep down, he knows this fight isn't going to go in his favor.
We'll say Tank didn't really win. They got the majority draw, which means it had to be a close fight, maybe a tough one to call. At the end of the day, when it's a draw like that and an action-packed fight, run it back, I'm pretty sure the fans will watch it one more time.
Should they have called it a knockdown in round 9?
I didn't get to see it, but my one coach said no. A lot of on-takers say yes. I want to watch how it occurred because technically when you take a knee, it's very unfortunate, but if there was some outside factor that did get into his eye, I don't know. You're walking on a gray line, and that's when things aren't necessarily black or white. So it's a tough call, and you don't want one little decision to change the whole fight. But in sports, sometimes it is one thing that a referee does or a judge does that determines who wins and loses. So luckily for him, he did not have such a scenario because obviously the fight was close enough that if the point was deducted, he would have walked away not world champ.
Exactly, Tank barely got away with it in the first fight. He took a knee in the 9th round, which should have been called a knockdown. He got outboxed, outworked, and outclassed, but the judges still gave him a draw. Now, the boxing world isn't going to let that happen again. Everyone's watching closely, and this time, they want a clear winner.
People want to discredit Tank. He's still a pound-for-pound fighter.
Yeah. What do you think about that fight that happened? You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night. Shit, I had a off night with Cruz. Everyone has a off night. It's boxing.
You want to run back with Cruz or what?
Maybe down the line.
Tank has built his whole career as an unstoppable knockout machine. But in this rematch, he's coming in as the guy who struggled against Lamont Roach. If he loses, that could be the end of the Tank Davis hype train. That's why he's talking about retirement and acting like the rematch clause doesn't exist. It's not that he doesn't want to fight, it's that he doesn't want to lose.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on?
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning. And you know, like, you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can, like, get disqualified for all that. Or, like, when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
5. At the end of the day, Tank Davis is running out of options. He can try to dodge the rematch all he wants, but the contract is the contract. The fight world is waiting, Lamont Roach is waiting, and if Tank doesn't show up, his whole career could take a massive hit. So, what do you all think? Is Tank really trying to escape this fight because he knows he'll lose, or is there something else going on behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's talk about it. And if you're loving the content, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more unfiltered boxing updates. I'll see you in the next video.